The big story at 4 is one you will only see here on News 5. A mother says she is outraged over what she calls a case of child abuse at a daycare center in Saraland. She reached out to us and we confirmed police and the district attorney's office are reviewing a video that is now making the rounds on social media. Now, before we show you that video, we want to let you know that you may find it disturbing. WKRG News 5's Asher Red is talking with that mother and the district attorney to get his stance.
With locked doors and no lights, the Play and Learn daycare here in Saraland seems to be closed, but that wasn't the case on February the 23rd.
Oh, God. I'm got you.
What did you see in that video?
I seen a daycare worker grab my child by both arms and she dragged her across the table. When she fell off the table, the woman pushed her back and just let her go, and my child fell backwards.
All of that goes against the Department of Human Resources Child Care Health and Safety Guidelines. The mother of this child agrees to sit down with me for an interview, but would like to keep her name and face out of the story. A classmate of the child seen in the video recorded from an iPad that belonged to that child.
If it wasn't for her, I would have never known this. I would have never known this, and my daughter would have continued thinking that this was normal to be treated this way.
But she didn't discover the video until 4 months later.
How did you come across that video?
My daughter was trying to buy time, given any excuse to not get in bed, and so she wanted to show me, pictures that she's taken on her tablet.
And that's when the mother saw this, a thumbnail of her child being handled, she says, by an adult at the Play and Learn daycare in Saraland.
And what did you think as a mother when you saw that video?
It made me sick to my stomach. It doesn't even have to be my child. Any child that's treated like that, any parent in their right mind is not going to be okay with that.
But what you hear in the video, the mother says, is just as troubling as what you see.
You ain't finna hit me.
Did my child even get to eat that day?
Refusing a child food is against DHR policy, but that's not all. Popping a child, as the worker puts it, is also against DHR policy. Towards the end of the video, another adult appears to be filming on a cell phone, giving a thumbs up, nodding her head, and smiling.
It just makes me wonder what else does she have on her personal phone of other children.
The Mobile County District Attorney's Office and the Saraland Police Department have opened investigations on this incident. While no criminal charges have officially been filed, the mother says she hopes the next chapter of this story includes jail time for the two adults.
I'm going to do the best I can to make sure these women are, facing charges, thrown in jail, away from children.
District Attorney Keith Blackwood says his investigation is still in the early stages, too early to get into great detail.
What I saw was troubling. I think a lot of people that saw it thought it was very troubling.
And if criminal charges are filed, the mother says we can expect to find her in the courtroom.
Front row. Front row.
Now, according to the landlord of the property, the daycare moved out at the end of March for unrelated circumstances.
And Asher, you did reach out to the owner of the daycare center.
I did. I called the owner last night and she hung up on me when I told her who I am and why I was calling her.
You also called DHR.
I did call DHR mainly to find how does this daycare operate and how is it licensed? It's still unclear if the daycare is involved in the child care subsidy program through DHR, but whether or not it is, this mother says the local DHR office is involved with the daycare.
All right, Asher, thank you.